time for another book from our friends at Scholastic. Thank you again, Scholastic, for giving us permission to read these. They're so Scholastic. This one is called Big Tracks, Little Tracks, Following Animal Prints by Millicent E. Selsam. Illustrated. We didn't have illustrators before, we just had authors and illustrators. Now we have one of each. Illustrated by Marlene Hill Donnelly. What happened? A detective says. Who was here? Where did he go? A detective has many ways to find out. One way is to look for the marks someone or something has made. Fingerprints, footprints, the tracks made by bike tires. Sometimes a detective finds a hair, a button, a piece of torn clothing. All these things are clues. They help a detective answer these questions. What happened? Who was here? Where did he go? And a lot of times they will say he instead of saying he and she. Look, there are some tracks. You can be a detective too, a special kind of detective, a nature detective. Nature detectives find tracks and clues that answer these questions. What animal walked here? Where did it go? What did it do? What did it eat? Where does a nature detective look for clues? Almost anywhere. In a backyard, in the woods, in a city park. You can find tracks in many places. In mud, in snow, in sand, in dust, even on the sidewalk or on the floor. Wet feet or wet, muddy paws can make tracks anywhere. See, there's the kids. They found some kind of a track. Here is a problem for a nature detective. Here's a cat. Here is a dog. Is that the problem? I don't think so. Here is a dish for the cat. Here is a dish for the dog. The cat's dish had milk in it. The dog's dish had meat in it. Who drank the milk? Who ate the meat? Look at the tracks and see. There's the animals, there's our bowls, and what's left. Look at the tracks that go to the cat's dish. They were made by an animal that walks on 4 feet. Okay. And you can see the claw marks in front of the toe marks, the little tiny dots. A cat has 4 feet and sharp claws, but so does a dog. Who went to the cat's dish? We still don't know. Let's look for more clues. See, there's the... Now, look at the other tracks. The tracks that go to the dog's dish. Did you ever watch a cat walk? A cat walks on 4 feet, but the tracks of his hind feet fall exactly on the tracks of his front feet. So his footprints are one behind the other, in one line. They look like footprints of an animal with only 2 feet. A cat pulls his claws in when he walks, so he does not leave claw marks. So wait a minute. What are they trying to tell us? Maybe there's a mystery. Because, as you can see, this one, see, it says no claw marks. There aren't any little dots there. Mystery. Now you know who drank the milk. The dog did. The dog drank the milk. Now do you know who ate the dog food? The cat. The cat ate the dog food. You can tell by the tracks. The footprints of a fox are in a single line like a cat's footprints, but they have claw marks like a dog's. What kind of footprints does a rabbit make? You can see that a rabbit has little front paws and big hind feet. The little front paws will make little paw prints. The big hind feet will make big tracks. There's a fox tracks, and there's a rabbit tracks. Now, here is another problem for a nature detective. Who went lickety-split across the snow? A rabbit, of course, but which way did he go? Did he go to the tree, or did he go away from the tree? It looks as if he went toward the tree, doesn't it? You can see the marks of the front paws ahead of the big hind feet. But do you know how a rabbit jumps? Look at that. When a rabbit jumps, he puts his big hind feet ahead of his front paws. Look at that. I didn't know that. See, so his little paws are behind his big paws. Oh, wow. What happened here on a snowy day? You can see the rabbit tracks in the snow. You know which way they were going. All at once, the rabbit tracks are far apart. This means the rabbit began to take big jumps. See, look, there's her feet close together. They're getting further apart. And look, see, they're really close. There's really big spots. He was in a hurry. Why? Did you see those tracks coming out of the woods? He's here. Those footprints have claw marks like a dog's, but they're in a single line like the tracks of a cat. Who could have made those tracks? There's only one answer. A fox. Now you know why the rabbit was in a hurry. Did the fox catch the rabbit? Look again at the picture in 17. Look carefully. That means we need to turn the page back. See if the fox caught the rabbit. I hope not. Let's see here. I don't know. See, there went the fox. I don't see the rabbit tracks anymore. I hope he didn't get it. There are big footprints in the mud near the river, and there are little footprints too. Who was here? Oh, there's the big ones. There's the little ones. What kind of animal made those? Oh my goodness. It was a mother deer and her baby fawn. They came to the river for a drink. There they are. Somebody sat down on the muddy bank of the river. Who? See, look. This is the mark of a round, fat belly. These back footprints were made by webbed feet. The web is like this part here between your thumb and your finger. And somebody made the track that goes right into the water. A bullfrog came out of the water. He sat on the muddy bank to rest. And only a snake leaves a track like that. A snake came down to the river. Then he slithered into the water. Here are some more tracks in the mud near the river. And there is a little pile of empty shells too. See the empty shells? Let's see where there they are. They are crayfish shells. The tracks look like something like the hands and feet of a baby. You think a baby was down by the river by itself? I don't know. But look at those long claws. See? There are claw marks. A raccoon made those tracks. Raccoons like to catch crayfish and eat them. So now you know what happened. A raccoon had dinner here last night. He found crayfish in the river. He ate the crayfish and he left the shells in a little pile. See, there's his footprints. A nature detective can find many clues on a sandy beach. When you walk on the beach in the morning, look for seagull tracks. They can tell you which way the wind was blowing when the gulls were there. See, there's a seagull footprint. Like airplanes, seagulls take off facing into the wind. First, the gulls must run along the sand to get up speed for takeoff. As they run, their toes dig deeper into the sand. Here, all the gull toe tracks are in a line facing east. So you know that the wind came from the east. And see, and there's that seagull. See, and it's taking off. Tracks are good clues for a nature detective. But there's some other clues too. See, who lives here? Don't know. Who ate here? Uh-oh, she doesn't look very happy. A nature detective learns to look and listen and smell. She can find clues in a backyard, in the woods, or in a city park. I said, who made that smell? Look, she's walking away. Probably the one who made that smell. I see a skunk. And then we have at the very end, we have all kinds of tracks. It says, do you know who made these tracks? Let's see here. The dog. And oh my, this one goes all over. The cat. And then here's the fox. And oh, there's a rabbit. The deer. The frog. The really different snake tracks. Raccoon tracks. And the seagull tracks. So look for tracks around your yard, in the park when you get to go back to the park, in the beach when you get to go back to the beach. There's tracks everywhere.